Welcome to another episode of Your Time Matters. I am your host, Tammeron, joining you here each week to offer you astrological insights and wellness tips so that you can stay emotionally balanced and grounded no matter what is currently happening in the sky. And I'm here with a delicious cup of herbal tea so that I can benefit from the emotional healing properties of a specific herb that is in my teacup. So stay tuned until the end as I share with you why I chose this specifically for this week ahead. Now, in this month, I have already been talking about the planet Mercury being a retrograde in the astrological sky. Now, remember, this is a phenomena that happens 3 to 4 times every single year, and he appears to move backwards, but that's not actually what is happening. That is the phenomena. And he represents communication and even travel plans. So this is a time when you might experience delays, or you might experience some miscommunication with people that you're either speaking to or writing a text or writing an email when you write something and they interpret something different. So I'm going to encourage you to take some time out so that you can rehash anything where you felt it is needed. But also right now, this month, the planet Venus is also retrograde in the astrological sky, and Venus and Mercury are traveling really close together. So their influence is really making an impact in your life. Now, in astrology, Venus represents what someone needs to feel loved in a relationship. And this is different for everyone. So when Venus goes retrograde, sometimes you might hear from an ex. And the reason why this is happening is because you might need to finally get resolution on something or have some finishing words or things that were never said just to really clear the air. Because with Mercury, like I said, being retrograde at the same time, this is a lot about communicating with other people. And Venus really represents those people that we have felt love with. So that can be anybody in your own personal life, or maybe even sometimes in a business relationship. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is that if you experience any of this during the entire month of March and maybe even into early April, is to really slow down and maybe write down what it is that you want to say to someone to really clear the air, because we are coming up to that spring energy, right? And so this is the time when we are shifting into the spring equinox, and it's a time for fresh new starts and new beginnings, because in astrology, when we move into the astrological sign of Aries, where the sun moves into Aries, this is actually the beginning of the astrological cycle. So pay attention. This is wonderful energy that is currently happening. And as promised, what I'm going to encourage you to use in your teacup this week, and maybe even for the entire month, is to use rose hips. And the reason why you want to use rose hips is because roses balance the heart. And so our heart is where we feel and experience love in our relationships. So when Venus is retrograde, we will have an opportunity to balance anything from those love relationships that we have experienced. And also, if you're using high grade essential oils, or you'd like to learn how to use high grade essential oils, what I would encourage you to use this week is rose. And rose essential oil is another way to help balance your heart. And so you can apply a little drop on the heart area, or you can even apply it on your wrists or even behind your ears. So I hope you have found this information useful. And if so, I'm going to encourage you to come back again next week for another episode of Your Time Matters.